are you gonna do a down doggy? Are you gonna do a down doggy? All right. So welcome everyone to your yoga practice. Today I have my beautiful friend Max.
Hey.
So this practice is specifically for men in the fact that obviously women can practice this as well, but anatomically men and women are different. So today I'm going to be speaking to more of the things that men struggle with in terms of tight shoulders and tight hips, and also possibly low back as well, especially as Max does a lot of surfing. So we're going to address low back tightness and tension there as well.
Yeah.
You excited?
Definitely. I'm definitely tight around the hips and lower back. For sure. So
perfect. And then Oki, you can join in and do some down doggy as well. So we're going to start on our backs today.
Oh.
Now, you might like to grab a towel or a strap for this practice. It's not essential, but you might like it anyway. And 2 blocks as well, if you have 2 blocks. But again, don't worry, it's not essential if you don't have 2 blocks. So we'll start on our backs, hugging our knees into our chest. So obviously if you don't have a yoga mat, don't worry about it. You can just have a towel, lie down on the towel and just do little rocks from side to side on your low back. There, that's it. Now see if you can soften the shoulders down. So even though you're rocking from side to side and you're curling in and you have your knees in, can you still feel your chest is opening here as you move your shoulders down, but still pulling your knees in? And make the rocks a little bigger, so it's almost like you're giving yourself a massage for the low back. So the low back's getting a little bit of already release here. Maybe, maybe not.
yeah, that's good.
All right. Then from here, find stillness and we'll lower the left foot down to the mat. So bend the knee and keep the foot grounded. So slide this foot a little closer for you, Max, towards your sit bone. Yeah, good. And then we'll take the right foot and bring it across the left thigh. That's it. So figure 4.
You've got Oki hair on you.
I know, I've got Oki hair everywhere. And then from here, now this might be enough for your hips, for your right glute, or you might like to take your strap or no strap. As you draw your left knee in towards your chest, you might take your strap around your left hamstring and grab a hold of the strap as you pull the left knee in. Ooh la la, there we go, we feel that one. So we're going to start really slow with this practice, just already getting into the hips, already getting into the low back with the twisting. We'll do some twisting after this. Now flex through that right foot. That's it. And really press the right knee forwards towards the front of the mat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then take a big breath in. And again, soften the shoulders on the breath out, even though you're still holding onto your strap or you're still holding onto the left leg. And again, 3 deep breaths. So big inhale in, find more opening in the heart. Exhale, keep pressing that right knee forwards, keep the feet active. And again, big breath in. Long breath out. Now this time take an in-breath and then release the strap, release the left leg on the out-breath. Good. And then just move the strap out of the way and then slide the right foot off. Both feet come together and then we'll take a twist over towards the left. So bring the knees into the chest. And if you have a dog next to you, just make sure the dog, just move the dog slightly out of the way, or we just adjust. So arms open wide. We're going to lower the knees down towards the left. So big twist for that right side body. So opening up through the right side. So keep drawing the right shoulder head down. That's it.
My hip?
So you can turn your head towards the right. So you get that twist all the way up the spine.
Yep.
And now big breath into the right lung. And let the legs get a little heavier on the exhale. Let the right shoulder get a little heavier. And then again, 2 more big breaths. So big inhale in. Long breath out. And really feel that sense of rinsing something out on the exhale. And again, breathing in. Long breath out. Good. Now draw the knees back to center on the in-breath. Hug the knees back into the chest, and then again, little rocks from side to side. Little rocks. Good. And then when you feel ready, we'll switch it. So we'll lower the right foot down, and we'll cross the left ankle on top of the right thigh. And then again here, either you interlace the fingers around the right hamstring, or you take your strap or your towel, you bring it around, and then pull in. Perfect. So you can pick the right foot off the mat, draw the knee in towards the chest, and then keep that left foot active, and then press the left knee forwards. That's it. So there's this happy medium of pressing that left ankle onto that right thigh, and that right thigh is pulling in as you press wide. Softening the shoulders. Is this side more intense for you? I can see it on your face.
It is. I'm so tired. I'm trying to not grin.
So notice if you're starting to tense up in the shoulders, in the jaw. Take a big breath in. Soften that little bit more on the breath out. And again, inhale. Exhale. And notice if this right knee wants to draw out towards the left, just bring that right knee a little bit more across. That's it. And then last one, inhale. Long exhale. And then we'll gently lower that right leg down, right foot down, release the strap, and then slide the left foot down, so off the right thigh. And then we'll take a twist now, bringing the knees over towards the right, hips slightly over to the left. So you're going to go the other way. Oh. Woo! Move the hips more in towards the center. Open the arms out nice and wide. And now the left shoulder is going to ground as we allow the knees to get heavier towards the right. Big breath in. Long breath out. And although I'm not there to touch you, I want you to imagine like my forearm or someone's forearm would be just pulling that side of the waist down. So you're finding lots of length through that left side. So big breath into the left lung. Feel that sense of expanding, more opening. And then softening even more as you exhale, again like you're rinsing something out. Last one, breathing in. Long breath out. Good. And then when you feel ready, draw the knees back in towards the chest. Little rocks from side to side. And then now little rocks up and down the spine. So you're rocking up from the upper back all the way to the low back. And again, keep it going. So it's like you're massaging the whole spine. That's it. Keep it going. For 3. Oof. Good. 2. Oki's not even moving. And 1. Up you come. Good. Then from here, stay exactly as you are. Bring the feet a little wider and then bring the hands behind you. Good. Keep the fingertips pointing forwards and keep walking the hands back, back. I'm going to get deeper into the shoulders. That's it. And then lift your hips up, take an inhale. Move your hips towards your heels. There you go. And then lower your hips down. I'm already laughing because I already know you're going to be like, oh.
Am I going right down? Or?
You're going right down. So allow the bum to drop down. Keep the feet grounded and then bend the elbows. Do you feel that in your shoulders?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah? The elbows don't even want to bend. I don't know if they can.
Now take a big breath into your chest. Now keep pressing down into the hands as you exhale. That's it. I know this one's really intense, but it's also really, really good. It's like this happy medium where you love it and you hate it at the same time.
It feels good. But it feels good, but it's just stupid. I can tell how tired I am with it.
All right, 2 more deep breaths. And if you want a little bit more intensity, almost imagine like you're dragging the feet towards the hands at the same time. We've got a few mosquitoes around, hey?
Yeah, they're not biting, they're buzzing.
Just around. Big breath in. Long breath out. Good. And now press into the hands and lift the hips up as you breathe in. And then bring the hips back on the breath out. Lower the legs down. Good. Now from here, we're going to bring the legs over to one side and we're going to come into a tabletop position. So the hands are going to be underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So just move your legs around. That's it. Perfect. Then come into a tabletop. It's so funny with Oki here. It doesn't really give me much room to move around.
Yep.
So just feel into the hands first of all. So we want the fingers spreading wide, palms grounding down. That's our strong base. And we'll take an inhale, send your chest forwards and send your sit bones back. So really opening up through your chest. So look forwards towards me, Max. That's it. And then as you exhale, chin to chest, round the spine, press the floor away and curl in. Good, beautiful. 3 more like that. So big breath in, opening up. Exhale to round, press the floor away, round, that's it, even more. And then again, big breath in, opening up, so finding a little bit more mobility in the spine. Exhale to round, draw in. And then last one, big breath in, opening up. Long breath out, round the spine. Now release the tops of the feet down, keep the rounding. Tops of the feet, that's it. And then bring the big toes to touch.
To what?
Bring them to touch. Big toes to touch.
What does that mean?
It means like that. That's it.
Yeah.
Good. And then bring the hips back.
Yeah.
Back, walk your hands forwards. Forwards. Perfect. I love I love that my students don't know what I'm going to do because they're just like you. They're like, what's happening next? Then bring your bum even further back towards your heels, even further back. That's it. Now forehead down, forehead heavy. So feel the sides of the body, feel the length through both sides of the waist as you press the floor away and move your hips even further back. Now Max is quite tight in the hips, so he's not going to go all the way down with his sit bones to heels. That's okay. You can keep the hips elevated and find more length for the spine. Big breath in. Long breath out. Good. Now from here, shift the weight forwards again. So look forwards, that's it. We're going to move to downward facing dog. So tuck the toes under. If you need to bring the knees a little closer in, you can. Walk your hands a hand's distance forwards. And then I want you to think of that same length, so that same long line of energy from your hands to your sit bones like you did in child's pose, now in down dog. So you'll pick your knees off the mat, lift your hips up, keep your knees bent, and we're going to go all the way to downward facing dog. That's it, good. Now notice if your hands want to turn in, see if you can spread the fingers out even wider so that the index finger is pointing forwards. Good. Big breath in. Really press the floor away even more on the breath out. So you're moving your chest towards your thighs, but then scoop up through your belly. So hollow out through the belly even more. Good. Now straighten out through your legs. Come up high onto the balls of the feet. Deeply bend the right knee. Lower the left heel down. That's it. Keep your hips high. Keep your hips high. That's okay. Keep your hips even higher, Max. That's it, good. And then again, come up high, balls of the feet, straighten through the legs. And then you switch it, that's it. Left knee bends, right heel down. But keep your hips high, so see if you can move your hips even further back. Yes, good. I know it's tight. And then come up high, balls of the feet. Now from here, bend your knees, look forwards to your hands, and you're gonna walk your feet to your hands. Good. Now feet hips distance. Bring them a little wider, then bring your hands to your shins and take a halfway lift. So lengthen your spine. Think about your shoulder blades coming together and down. And then exhale, fold over your legs, get a little deeper into the fold. So you might have to really, really bend your knees. That's okay. But think about your sit bones going up towards the sky as you press down into the feet. Let's do 2 more like that. Hands to shins, big breath in. Lengthen your spine, lots of length. That's it. And then forward fold, long breath out. 1 more. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Now let the arms be heavy, press down to the feet, and you're going to curl yourself all the way up to standing. So rolling with control, head heavy, arms heavy. It's almost like you're stacking the vertebra of the spine. Good, then bring the shoulders up towards the ears, take a big breath in. Melt the shoulders down the back on the breath out. Then bring the arms up overhead, take a big inhale. Good, you're probably going to hit the ceiling, that's okay, I'm not used to having a large man here. Then grab a hold of the right wrist and lean over towards the left. That's it. So left hand grabs the right wrist. I love this.
I'll leave my jocks to stick out. Not wearing my best
you're
today.
perfect. You're fine. Underwear's not coming out. Then back to center, inhale. Then we'll switch it. Grab a hold of your left wrist and lean over towards the right. Really press down into your left foot. That's it. Then come back to center on the inhale. Then forward fold, bend your knees, bring your hands back down to the mat as you exhale. Good, hands to shins, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Now we'll step the right foot back, so you can bring your hands onto your block here, onto your 2 blocks, or you can just use the mat. We're going to bring the right knee down. Good, we're going to come into a low lunge. So step that left foot forwards even more for me. Yeah, that's it. So it's, if you have the 2 blocks, that left foot will be between the blocks or maybe a little bit more forwards. Then lift your chest. If you haven't got the 2 blocks, you might bring your left hand onto your left thigh and your right hand on top. Either way, I want you to think long length through the spine, heart open, just like you did when you were lying down and you were in that hip opener. Shoulders are going down the back. Take a big breath in. Stay on the breath out. And again, inhale, really think about lifting your chest. And then exhale, you're pressing that right hip a little bit more forwards. So it's not necessarily that you're bending deeper into that left knee, it's more that you're pressing this right hip point more forwards as your heart lifts higher. That's it. Now take the left hand onto the left thigh. Press down and sweep the right arm up overhead. Take a big breath in. Max has to concentrate really hard. Listening carefully to me. Now little lean over towards your left. So side bend. That's it, even more. Yes, good. And then back to center, inhale. Now I want you to bring the right hand down to the mat. I'm going to take a twist. So the right hand comes down, maybe to your block or maybe to the mat. And you'll send your left arm up, opening up for a twist. Good. Big breath in. Twisting that little bit more on the breath out. Keep pressing down into that front foot. Inhale. Long exhale. One more in breath. And then lowering the left hand down on the out breath. That's it. And then move the blocks out of the way. We'll heel toe the left foot wide and step the left foot back. So bring that left foot, that's it, good. And then just take a moment, ground down into the hands. We're going to move to downward facing dog. So press down into the hands, pick the knees off the mat. That's it, send your hips up, high, 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 good. Walk your hands a little bit more forwards for me, Max. That's it. And then long lengthen your spine as you send your hips back. So really bend your knees. If you're really tight in the hamstrings, then bend your knees even more. I know this is a lot for your shoulders. You're doing really well. Big breath in. Long breath out. Come up high onto the balls of the feet. Inhale. Deep bend into your knees. Look forwards as you exhale. Walk your feet to your hands again. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you do many more down dogs. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Inhale. So think lots of length in your spine. Forward fold. Exhale. Now curling your spine all the way up to standing, so arms heavy, head heavy, peeling yourself all the way up as you ground into the feet. Stacking the spine. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears, take a big breath in. Melt your shoulders down the back on the breath out. Press into the feet, arms up overhead, inhale. Now we grab the left wrist first with the right hand, lean over towards the right as you exhale. Really press down into that left foot. Good. And then back to center, inhale. Grab a hold of the right wrist and lean over towards the left as you exhale. Press down into that right foot. Back to center, breathe in. Forward fold, long breath out. So lower the hands down, bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees. Hands down towards the mat. Halfway lift to lengthen, hands to shins. Big breath in. So again here, now we're going to step the left foot back. You can grab your 2 blocks and use them for support as you step your left foot back, or hands come straight down to the mat. I'm going to drop the left knee down.
Right now?
Yep, right down. I'm going to take the 2 blocks for you because we had it on the other side as well. And then walk that right foot a little bit more forward. So we want to make sure that the right knee is in line with the heel. And then again, just stay here. So instead of rushing and wanting to quickly bring your arms up, just enjoy the hip opening as you press down into that right foot. So that right hip is moving you back and that the left hip point is pressing forwards. Then lift your heart up, lift your chest up. That's it. Shoulders down, down the back. Big breath in. Long breath out, and keep pressing into the ball of the back foot, so keep the back foot really active. Now from here, keep grounding into that front foot. We'll take the right hand and bring the right hand to the right thigh for support. That's it. Now press down, and as you sweep the left arm up overhead, big inhale. Good. And then we'll do a little lean over towards the right as you exhale. If you lose balance, you can always take the hands back to the blocks. Good, and then back to center on the in-breath, so really getting into the psoas. We'll bring the left hand either onto your block again or left hand down to the mat. I think before you had it on the mat. And then you'll send your right arm up for a twist. That's it. Now, twist is really, really good for your spine, especially if you do a lot of surfing. Twist is really good for the thoracic spine. So big breath in into your chest. Turn that little bit more on the breath out, so rib cage turning towards the right. And again, inhale. Long exhale. One more breath in. And then right hand down. Mac's doing really well because there's a mosquito right on his face. Is it on your nose? And then heel toe your right foot wide. You'll step your right foot back. Good, well done. Now here, move the blocks out of the way. If you can feel like your knees are going to get bothered here with not enough cushion underneath the knees, then take the top of the mat and roll up the top of the mat. So Max, I want you to take the top and then fold it up.
Or like that.
A couple times, yep. And then bring your knees onto the mat. That's it. Good. And then grab a hold of either your towel or your strap. And you'll bring your hands either shoulder distance, or if you know that your shoulders are really tight, you'll bring your hands even wider. So if you know that your shoulders are really tight, that's it. Then you'll bring your arms overhead. Good. And then press into your feet, move your sit bones away from your heels. That's it. And then lift your chest up. Good. Keep pressing into the feet. Now think lots of length through the spine, and almost like I have a rope at your chest and I'm lifting you up. Keep the elbows soft, and imagine like you want to pull the hands apart from one another. Did that make sense? Pull the hands away from one another. Big breath in. Long breath out. Now you might stay here, or pressing down into the left foot, you might do a little lean over towards the right. Maybe just subtle. Little lean to the right. Ooh. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And then back to center, inhale. So this is really getting deeper into the shoulders. Little lean over now towards the left as you exhale. Imagine like you're pressing up through the right fist. Yes. Keep pressing down to the right foot. And then back to center, inhale. Now here, see if you can keep the front line of the body, but just move the arms back. Oops, stop, good. Again, imagine like you want to pull the hands apart. Big breath in. Long breath out. One more. In breath, really breathe into the chest. And then lower the arms down, release the strap on the out breath. Oh. How's that?
That's good.
Good?
Help the stretch.
Okay, now from here, either you can stay with the doubling up of the mat or release it. We're going to come into another shoulder opener on the knees. So how's your knees feeling, Max?
They feel good.
They feel
Comfy.
good?
Yeah.
That you want to keep it?
Oh, it doesn't.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's keep it. Bring your hands down so you're coming into tabletop. We'll send your right arm up towards the sky. So bring your right arm up. Big breath in. Now this is going to be interesting with Oki. Thread your right arm under and through so the right shoulder is going to come down to the floor. All the way, all the way, all the way. You can give Oki a tickle at the same time. Then press the right shoulder head down as you move this right hip back. Now you might stay here with the left hand, or it might feel nice to extend the left arm forwards. That's it. Big breath in. Long breath out. Oki's looking at you right in the face.
Good eye contact.
Yeah. Now keep moving this left hip back. So notice how the left hip kind of wants to move over. Keep pulling it back. Yes, good. Inhale. Keep the right shoulder heavy as you exhale. One more in breath. Slow out breath. And then sliding the left hand back in. Press down into your left hand to release your right arm. So press down, slow, slow, slow. Well done. Good. Right hand grounds. And then we switch it, send the left arm up. Big breath in. That's it. And then thread the left arm across. So the left shoulder comes down. Left ear down. And then notice if the placement of the shoulder, Max, you're fine, but if you feel like your shoulder's gone way over towards the right, just pull back and make sure that that right hip is moving back as well.
Should my hand be up or down?
Your hand can be facing up, so palm up, that's it. It'll help to really press the shoulder down a little bit more with the palm up. And then extend your right arm forwards. That's it. So you've got lots of length coming from the right sit bone all the way to the fingertips. Big breath in. Oki hasn't moved at all throughout this whole class. Long breath out. Smooth in breath. Full out breath. And then last breath in. Slide the right hand back in on the breath out. Ooh, you might want to bring the right hand in even more.
Oh, sorry.
That's it. Yeah, bring that in. That's it. That will just help you to press down, and then you can release the left arm. Great. Okay, calm. Perfect. Then from here, walk your hands back towards your knees. Bring your bum to your heels, and then we'll move the hips to one side and send the legs forwards towards the top of the mat. That's it. Poor Max hasn't got any personal space. You got me behind you, you got Oki next to you. All right, perfect. Now from here, so as your hips, if your hips are a little bit tight, then, or a lot tight, then you'll take one of your blocks, or you'll take a pillow, or you'll take your towel, and you'll bring it underneath your sit bones. Good. Perfect. And then from here, cross the right shin in front of the left shin. So at the start of practice, we did our single leg pigeon pose on our backs. Now we're going to do double pigeon. So it's essentially like you're taking a cross-legged seat. So work this shin even more over to the left. That's it. So it's almost like you want your feet in line with your knees. Then bring your hands either side of your hips. That's it. Bring your hands down. Good. And then lift your chest. That's it. Take a big breath in. Long breath out, and allow your knees to drop down that little bit more. So notice if your knees are really high up, that's okay. But just try and soften the knees down with every exhale. Keep flexing through the feet, especially if you feel the blade edge of the foot. Do you feel that one? Yes, the thought you just adjusted it. Then big breath in. Then walk your hands forwards on the breath out. Now you might stay exactly as you are. This might be already a lot for your hips, or see if you can walk your hands forwards and notice the rounding that happens in the upper back. Can you still keep your chest open as you're walking your hands forwards? How's that, Max?
Yeah.
Yeah? And then keep flexing through the feet to keep your feet active. Big inhale in. Long breath out. Smooth inhale. So think lots of length with every in-breath. And then maybe getting that little bit deeper in the fold with the out-breath. That's it. Now the head can be heavy, the chin can gently draw in towards the chest, but I still want you to think energetically lots of length. Now last breath in, long breath out. And then walking the hands back in. You might want to bring the fingertips behind you. Extending one leg, then the other leg. Boom, boom. And then we'll switch sides. So if you need to keep the legs extended for a little longer, a couple more deep breaths, then you can. Otherwise, we'll bring the left shin now in front of the right shin. We work the feet in line with the knees. That's it. So think less about cross-legged and think more like the feet are right in line with the knees. Bring them a little further across. That's it. Good. Then hands either side of the hips. Big breath in into the chest. Either you stay here if this is already a lot for the hips. Keep softening the knees down. Or maybe you start to walk the hands forwards. Ooh, we're tighter on this side. A little bit?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely a little bit.
And then again, folding in, but still keeping the length. Every inhale, more length. Every exhale, maybe getting that little bit deeper in the fold. Three more deep breaths. And really follow the breath. So big breath in, follow the inhale all the way to the top of the in-breath. And then long exhale, follow the exhale all the way to empty. Once more like that. Big breath in. Long breath out. And then send your gaze forwards on the inhale. Walk your hands back in, back in. Bring your hands behind you and you'll come off your block as you extend your legs forwards, or off your pillow, off your towel. Move your bum out. Yep, that's it. Move the block out of the way. And then we'll come back onto our back. So hugging the knees into the chest, just like you did right at the start of practice. Little rocks from side to side. And you can maybe feel and notice the difference now, maybe in the hips and the spine.
Yeah, feel way looser actually.
Feel way looser? Great. Then
Yeah,
here, don't rock too much. Then from here, find stillness, press the tailbone down, and start to open your knees out wide.
Like this?
That's it, like that. So you're now working to open more through the inner groin.
Baby pose.
Happy baby pose, that's right. That's it, Max new. Now from here, either you can stay holding onto the knees, or if it's okay for your hips, if you're feeling like your hips are too tight, then stay. Otherwise, maybe you'll grab a hold of the outsides of the feet for happy baby pose. Maybe.
Can I try?
Yeah, give it a crack. Max goes, can I try?
Where's my arm supposed to be?
So you're going to bring your arms down. Yep. So bring your feet up. That's it. There we go. Good. And then press your low back down.
Doesn't want to go.
Yeah. No, I think hips are too tight. So release the feet and just hold on to either the shins or the knees. How's that?
Yeah.
Good. Now, big inhale into the chest. Maybe make the knees a little wider on your exhale and press your tailbone down. So really press your low back down to the mat. One more. Big breath in. Long breath out. Good. Then from here, release the knees, release the legs. If there's any other shape that you feel your body needs before you allow yourself to just completely be still, then you can take that now. Otherwise, we'll extend the legs long, bring the feet as wide as the mat. If you have a dog next to you, then adjust. You might want to bring your arms alongside of your body a little closer in, or see if you can bring your arms out nice and wide. And essentially for Shavasana, which is the finishing pose, you want to allow your body to be completely heavy to receive the benefits of the practice. So you allow the bones to get heavy, the tissue to soften, closing the eyes. And just feeling the breath being received in the belly, in the chest. As you let go of all effort, just allowing time for the tissues to reshape. And some quiet time for you to be still and to fully feel in. In yoga, we embrace the physical body, but we also embrace the subtle, the energetic body. Now you can stay in stillness for as long as you need. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.